Hello folks, so we've got a piece of UFO footage here from Greenland, and this is from an interview on NewsNation with Coulthart and Martin Kleist. So I'm going to play that footage now. It's going to be a short video. It's just because this footage is going viral and it is compelling apparently. So I want your opinions on it, whether you think this is compelling footage or this is just something we see quite regular. Here we go. Let's have this on there. Move that over.
Denmark for national security reasons. Look, let's have a look at this incredible imagery that you've obtained. I mean, it's some of the best UFO video I've seen in a while. Here we go.
Some statement.
Hold up! Wow! Hold da kæft. Hold da op.
That really is quite something, Martin. Tell me what you were feeling as you saw that.
I was shocked. I think I was shocked. We also saw a light up.
It was interesting, right? But we see that kind of thing all the time. So for Ross to say, "Oh, this is really good. This is quite impressive," basically, and I don't know. I really don't. I don't think this is going to do anything.
Up there, this is not that light, but we saw a light
What's
up there.
What's the other objects moving as well?
Was
If you'd seen it, two little objects look like maybe planes or something.
It just disappeared. And
did you see
I remember.
Them?
I think it's very human to think what.
Let's have a look.
From the gate and to the runway,
to the right
just
there, you
like
can see
turn
it
to go this in that direction, and then it enters the runway, and then it sort of shoots away. It seems like that.
Let's look at the debunking arguments. I mean, obviously, you're near an airport. Could it be an approaching aircraft? And could it be that we were mistaking a landing light from an approaching aircraft?
Yeah, I must say it's. I'm also a very skeptical person, even though I'm interested in this subject. I think you need to be skeptical. But there's like being skeptic, but there's also being unreasonable skeptic. I've been there. There's nothing up there. They think that's behind the ice here or the mountain. That's the ice cap. There's nothing else but ice for hundreds
that's the point.
Kilometers.
So we're not talking about any human settlement up at the top of that mountain. What is there?
No. There's nothing but ice. Nothing but ice. But I'm not here to make any argument about.
You see, we'd be able to check ourselves what we on Google Earth,
we don't
they don't
know
allow
what
us
we're
to see
seeing.
It. Cover a lot of shit up
and
on
I
Google
think
Earth.
the most intriguing thing about all of this is the fact that all of the surrounding circumstances about these lights are the most weird part, because when these lights come up, we see flashes of light, like flash bulbs around completely different areas of the sky. We see like these flash bulbs come up, and we could sort of predict actually.
You see, if we could be able to see what exactly that area that we're coming from, like I said on Google Earth, it covers a lot of that area. You can't see a lot of Greenland if you go and look at it. Some areas are covered up, like you can just tell it's been doctored. If we could rule out a lot of things, it would make the video a lot more compelling. So we just got to take this guy's word in it that there's nothing beyond that hill, that mountain, whatever. And if that's the case, it's very interesting footage. I agree, it's very interesting footage. But we need to see the actual location of where that's coming from. That maybe should have been some daytime footage of the area that came from. So we could be like, okay, we can rule the plane out. We can rule that out. But we don't get that, I don't think.
When we saw some flash bulbs coming, we could see that just in a minute, and you can hear that on some of our footage, just in a minute, a new light will come up, and surely the light come up. So
it was almost predictive. You'd see the flashes, and then you'd see the big orb coming up.
Yeah, and we also had several instances where we sort of, this might sound weird, but there's a clear consciousness element to this, because we sort of communicated with it as well. We could look at the sky and sometimes just like being jokingly saying, if there's something really here and this is anomalous, please give us a sign. And right where we are looking, we see this flash. Doof. We tried that so many times up there. So it seems very playful in some way.
So that's interesting because that's kind of reminds me of my own experience. So I was told by someone to you can summon him by saying "people of the light." Now I thought that was absolute batshit crazy. I'll be honest with you. I thought whatever. So I ended up trying it, and on it's like three or four occasions now, I have had my own experiences where I've done like summoning quietly, and I've been like no alcohol involved. So I think it only works if you're clear-minded. Because when I've tried this under the influence, it's not worked. And you say "people of the light," you give your location, and I got the same thing every time. It was like a light, a light, a light within like four seconds apart, 3 times. That was it. There was no like going across the sky or anything like. I can tell it was a plane. I've got the apps, flight radar and everything. I've got the satellite apps to prove it's not. I know what a satellite is, I'm not a moron. I know what a plane is, I'm not a moron. I cannot for the life of me know what those flashes were, and it seemed to be something that I was connecting to. So I am open-minded to that. But I am also open-minded to the fact it could be something demonic, it could be something evil, it could be something, I don't know what that is. And let's not think that psionics and being able to summon things is a good thing. Using the word summoning and UFOs scares me. It really does.
Did you capture that on film?
You can hear us talking about it, but we didn't catch that on film because our cameraman, he was actually standing with his back to me and my friend. And we were looking up at the sky and said that, and then this big flash came around. And we have actually tried that quite a number of times where our instruments, our camera equipment sort of malfunction in many weird ways, especially during our first trip up there. We had like a lot of material just on mysterious ways just disappeared, both from hard drives and the SD cards. It's like having your washing machine and your car breaking down at the same time. There's no correlation, but it happened. So, yeah.
So you knew you'd taken certain images of certain video, and then when you went back to find it, it had disappeared.
It has disappeared, yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Was there any possibility that somebody could have got access to your hard drives without you knowing?
No, I don't think so. I think that we started out, this project started out with us wanted to see this light for ourselves and figure out what's going on in Narsarsuaq. But it became into a whole other movie because it also became a movie about how this phenomenon sort of transcends the way we are thinking in many ways, because there's this huge consciousness component to it, and my suspicion is, having done this for around 2 years now, is that I'm not so sure that the UFO phenomenon is here to be understood. I think it maybe is here to sort of transform our way of thinking.
The way the light goes bright,
very Jacques Vallée in many ways, but he's talking about something that's called recursive unsolvability, where like things cannot be solved with.
Do you think that could be something head on, and then it turns and banks, and then it's dimmer? I don't know. I don't think it's compelling enough. And it does annoy me when these people like ramp it up and say this is incredible. This is this is. I don't think it is. We see this every single fucking day. Footage around the world shared every day, just like this. Why is this different? Is it because it's on NewsNation? No, I'm not having it.
Within the system itself, it's sort of complicated, but it's like an eye can't see an eye for itself, or a camera cannot take a picture of itself. And I think in many ways, my suspicion is that there's something to that in regards to the UFO phenomenon, for sure.
So without wanting to sound too pointy-headed, I mean, I love what you're saying here, because I agree with you. I'm increasingly coming to the view that the purpose of these displays is some kind of attempt at an epistemic ontological wake-up, that it's trying to twig our consciousness.
It could also be the government knowing that people are trying something and they're pissing about with them, and they're playing games with them, showing things in the sky, making them feel like they're summoning these things. And I'm sorry, guys, but the footage is interesting, but it's not compelling for me. And I don't know. I see this type of stuff in my emails every single day. Obviously not from Greenland. That's what I'm saying. For me, I don't know. You let me know in the comments what you think. I just think this isn't really compelling. And it shouldn't be getting like looked at any more than anything else that we're getting shared that are just the same thing. Orbs. It just looks like a plane heading straight on and then banking to the right and then going up. And you can see other planes around that area. You see what like little things going across the sky. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I just think bullshit.